Alrighty guys, water pump time. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the bolts. There's a bolt inside the lower radiator hose on each side. So 4 bolts total. What we have is stainless bolts. They're a little bit, I think they're a tiny bit longer, but it should be okay. I mean, they're not much longer, like a 1/16 of an inch or something like that. But here's what I got. A couple of water pumps from Bob Drake. They came with the gaskets. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. I might, but if I do, that's just a huge pain in the ass to get it off if I ever need to change them out. Which I probably won't, but you never know. So I don't know yet. I haven't figured out if I'm gonna use them or not. I'm gonna put it on there and see if anything touches. If nothing touches, like on Jeep motors, you have to use the gasket. That's a shim. Jeep 4 liters. This, if it doesn't touch, then I'm in business and I'm not gonna worry about it. So I gotta know where to put this thing. So it's awesome because it comes painted, which is fantastic. Usually nothing comes painted. I've never had a water pump that came painted before. There you can see where the hole is right there. So that's pretty awesome. It has the ceramic seals or whatever, the double ball bearings. It's supposed to have a better impeller. I'll compare the two. We can look at them when I pop it off real fast. Get it nice and cleaned up. I don't know if that's oil to keep it from rusting or what, but I'm gonna get all that cleaned up. I have Right Stuff. If you haven't used this stuff, forget RTV. It's a waste of time. This is a little more expensive, but literally 1 minute. You can use it on anything. Not that I need this in a minute, but this stuff is, I just always buy it. And like I said, the stainless bolts, some thread sealant. I'm not sure if I need it or not, but I'm gonna use it. And motor mounts from Speedway. They're all the same price, probably all made by the same people. Speedway, I think they had the best shipping or something. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I'm gonna do the motor mounts while I have the water pump out because it'd be silly not to. We got a block of wood to put under the oil pan because as you know, the motor mount or the water pump is also where the motor mount bolts on. So in order to get that motor mount out and the water pump off for that matter, you have to get the motor lifted up a little bit. So I'm gonna figure out where to do that because I have no idea. Honestly, I guess I'm gonna try it on the oil pan and see what happens. We'll do the driver's side or passenger side first and see how it goes. So let me go ahead and pull this off and be right back. Okay, so to get to the bottom motor mount bolts right there, you have to, I'm sure a lot of people know this already, but I didn't, and I'm learning as I go. Right up there, they are. So I had to pull the tire off. Curious to see how much bump steer I'm gonna have. I gotta tighten these up. I was gonna change them, but at this point I don't have time to order new ones in. So hopefully they are good and I don't get a crap load of death wobble or something. So I have to get up on those. I have to figure out what size they are, then get up on there and loosen those up. I'm gonna jack the motor up by the oil pan, hopefully. Smile, smile, we'll see how it goes. In comes the block of wood. Let's get that going. Okay, so I've noticed, I thought they were the same part there for a minute because this is definitely a newer pump. This one has holes in the back of the impeller that go through. See right there. And this one does not. Also, the impeller blades are thicker on this one, so I don't know if that's the improved improved impeller. I don't know if it's actually improved or not. Yeah, so I mean, it came off easy. Here's the motor mount. Looks pretty good down inside the block. I don't see anything crazy looking in there. I don't know what I would see in there, but I don't see anything. So that's cool. Everything looks alright. I don't see any big chunks or anything in there. Coolant's nice and green. Here's the mount that came out of there. I don't know if this is from a scrapyard or what. It's the only time I've seen yellow paint like that. But here's the one that's going in. So you see, this is all thick rubber. This has no rubber. So I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it's there. It's got to be steel in there, right? It's kind of a big difference. It's going to make the motor sit higher. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it's whatever. It's going in now. So what I'm going to do now is drop this in, thread the nuts on here, which are right there. And that plate goes between the frame and the nuts, kind of like a big washer. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And put this pump on. And then lower the motor down a little bit. Thread these on to the bottom of the pump. Get everything nice and centered. Drop her down. Pop everything tighten up. And that's it. Then one side will be done, I'll hit the other side. Longest part of this whole thing was jacking the car up and getting the jack stand on it and getting the tire off. But here we go. Go ahead and toss this motor mount on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's one with the new motor mount. Old with the old motor mount. So I made a decision. A, I really have to paint the heads and the block because they look terrible. B, I'm not doing the other water pump tonight. What I found out, I was taking my time, of course. I did the right stuff on the water pump, put the gasket on there, whatever. Got the thread sealant on the bolts, the stainless bolts. And if you look at them, here's one of the new ones. And here's one of the originals. So look at this. Okay, not that one. Okay, so this is a grade 8. This isn't one of the original bolts. Here's one of the originals. So see how this head is taller right there? Just that much. On the inside bolt, on the pump that goes in right there, there's a groove in there. Let me see if I can see it on here. Yeah, that right there. So the standard depth head, or the standard height head, whatever you want to call it, gets on there and it almost sits flush with that raised up piece right here. So you can't get the socket on it. That tiny, tiny bit of extra head that goes on there makes the difference. And so by the time I figured it out, I was going through the torque sequence. I was going middle, top, top, bottom, middle, top, top, bottom. By the time I got it tight, I couldn't tighten it anymore, and these three still had plenty to go. So I had to back that out, which was a pain in the butt because I couldn't get the socket on it. I messed with that for probably 20 minutes trying to figure out what I was missing. I'm trying to tighten it. I'm like, what is going on right now? Then I figured it out. But yeah, so I decided I'm bypassing the heater. So I have to find a plug for the head and hopefully that comes out. I'm gonna spray some core oil on it. We'll see how that goes. Give it a few days. I'm not in a huge rush for that. Yeah, so it took forever because I didn't want to break anything. I didn't want to do anything crazy. I had right stuff on the outside of the pulley, which I didn't want because it's going to look like trash. So I had to clean that up. But it looks good. I mean, it looks really good. Spins freely. So that's good. Motor mount bolts are in. Motor's back in place. Everything is sitting right. have to do this side. I'm going to do that side tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. I've already been out here. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm probably going to pop the heater hose off. So I don't know. I need to look into how to bypass it. I know this goes to itself right there. But if I can just cap these and not have any hoses sticking out of the firewall, that would be ideal, honestly. That's what I might do, and try and find a plug for the head right there. I just don't know if it's going to leak, whatever. You know. Hopefully that doesn't affect the cooling at all, not having that. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. I really hope it doesn't. But we'll figure it out. It's not on the other side, so it must not be too detrimental, right? But yeah. So there we go. I might try and hit this head with a wire brush real fast just to see what happens. If it's not working out right, I'll stop. If it is working out right, I'll keep on trucking. See if I can get it painted up. It's gonna look like trash with the block being rusty right down in there. In the front of it, obviously. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I'm not rebuilding the whole motor just to make it look black. I gotta get the exhaust manifolds off. I broke not that bolt, but the one, which one was it? Maybe it was that one. Let me see. Was it this one? I can't remember, to tell you the truth. Hang on, hang tight for a quick sec. Let me pull this out. Get this thing. Here, I'll do this. Little drop light action. That one? Right there? Yep, I broke that. So I get to mess with that and figure out how I'm going to do this. At least it broke off flush with the manifold. All the rest of them came loose on this side. Haven't even tried the driver's side yet, because I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to break any more. Like right now, I feel like it's been on so long it's going to stay sealed. If I start snapping other ones, I haven't tried the other one under there. That came off. That came off. That one came off. I haven't done the bottom ones yet, but I might just take it to the shop and let them fool with it. That way if it breaks, they can fix it. So that's where we're at. We're gonna get the pump done. I was hoping to get both pumps done in like an hour was my goal, but that didn't happen, obviously. So then I still have to throw the plug wires on and all that. The show was on the 17th. No, the day before Mother's Day, whatever day that is, the 13th, something like that. So I don't have much time, and where I'm at right now, there's the tank. Still don't have the metal to frame it. Have no rear shocks. I don't think I'm gonna make it. There's no way on earth. But we'll see, we're gonna try. So anyway, that's what we're doing now. Water pump, one done, one to go. There's the old one. Don't know if they're any good or not. I haven't run the car long enough to see. They don't leak. Antifreeze was still looking good. So whatever, we'll figure it out. All right, that's where we're at.